So today I'm talking about a Honda with the P0141 code, what it is, and how you go about fixing it. So what is a Honda P0141 code? Well, it's an oxygen sensor heater circuit malfunction bank 1 sensor 2. And what does this mean? Well, the onboard computer is seeing an O2 sensor that's having a problem, and these are located on the exhaust, and so it has to be troubleshooted to know why. And bank 1 is always the side of the engine with the number 1 cylinder, so you find spark plug 1, that'll be the side. And sensor 2 is always the downstream oxygen sensor, since there'll be two. There'll be an upstream and a downstream. And some possible causes would be a faulty oxygen sensor. It could be in the wiring. And possibly it could be an exhaust leak. The engine could be running rich and it could be fouling these out. Although usually when that happens, you get another code for the engine. And there's going to be two oxygen sensors. There's going to be an upstream oxygen sensor, which is before the catalytic converter. And there's going to be a downstream oxygen sensor, which is after the catalytic converter. And this downstream one, or sensor 2, is the one the onboard computer is seeing an issue with. So the first thing to do is go out and locate this downstream oxygen sensor on your particular Honda. And after you locate it, examine the wiring really good. Be sure it's good, because anything wrong with the wiring, an open, a short, a bad connection, anything along these lines can cause the same issues as a bad sensor. So you want to check out the wiring, be sure that all looks good. And also keep in mind that this is on a fuse and sometimes a relay, depending on the year. And that fuse is usually located inside the engine compartment. Although sometimes it's underneath the dashboard, it's usually inside of the engine compartment. But the main thing is just keep in mind that bad wiring can cause the same issues as a bad sensor. And so if the wiring all looks good and everything like that, you could either test or replace the oxygen sensor, and most people would just go and replace it. I'll jump over on Amazon and give you an idea how much they're costing right now. They're ranging around $50. There's one for $30, one for $100, ranging around $50 to $100. And when this happens, most people would swap out both those oxygen sensors, the upstream and the downstream, but the downstream is definitely going to have to be either tested or swapped out. And so what do you do if you have a Honda with the P0141 code? Well, first thing to do, locate that downstream oxygen sensor on your particular Honda, since that's the one the computer's seeing an issue with. Once you locate it, check out the wiring really good. Be sure it's plugged in. You could check it for any opens or shorts or anything like this. Be aware that that is on a fuse and possibly a relay. But the main thing is just remember that anything bad with the wiring can cause the same issues as a bad sensor. And if that all looks good, either test or replace this second oxygen sensor. You clear the code, and that should solve the issue. And so that's basically it. I just wanted to give a real quick brief overview of how you could go about fixing a Honda with the P0141 code. If you have anything to add, please comment down below. If you have any questions, ask me and I'll try to answer them. If this video helps you, please click like, please click subscribe, and have a good day.